The fortune is in the follow-up. Now, we've heard this term multiple times, but how many of us really actually understand it, one, and then number two, implement it? Now, look, fortune is in the follow-up. Now, it took me a while within sales to really understand what it really meant by fortunes in the follow-up. For me, I was just like, the more people I speak to, the more money and more sales I can make. But the crazy thing is, and look, there's so many statistics, there's so much data to really back this up, as in, there's 80% of sales come from the follow-up. The majority of sales happen between the 8th and the 12th touch point. Now, if you know this, so now what do I mean by touch points? As in, it could be a text message, could be a call, could be an ad, could be a follow-up ad, could be a retargeting ad, could be an email. These are all touch points, but it takes between 8 and 12 touch points and interactions for a client to say yes, to be closed, to be sold. So if that's the case, and all you're doing is maybe, one phone call, and that's it, and you're thinking, hey, you know what? If I haven't closed them on the call, they're gone. But what are you doing once they leave the call? Because look, the reality is this. Majority of the times, people are going to come on your calls. They've probably seen an ad, they've been through a webinar, and they've just spoken to you. Now, and you're speaking about parting ways with 10, 15, 20, $50,000. Now, look, think about it for yourselves. Now, aren't you going to take and make a calculated decision on anything in the thousands? Of course you are. It's going to be a calculated decision. Now, don't be surprised if people don't buy off the first call or don't buy on the call. Now, what you need to make sure that you're doing is you're giving them enough information leaving the call. Now, this is me talking about you taking inbound calls, and I'm going to come on to, doing outbound as well. So like, okay, they've come on your call. You've had a great call. I just need to think about it. Now, without you saying, oh, what do you mean you need to think about it? Why don't you really get down to the root of, okay, yeah, of course. What I usually do is I just jump on the same side of the fence as them. And let them think about it. I give them all the information for them to think about it. Now, that's one way. The other way that I want you to really focus on is when you're doing outbound. When you're doing outbound calls, don't just stop on the first call. Like, oh, I've tried them for the first time and they've not answered the call. Try them again. Send them a text. Send them an email. Do multiple touch points until you get through to them. Now, if they tell you, get lost, I don't want to speak to you, then okay, you can stop. But don't stop just on the first call or the first message or the first text message. That's what I just wanted to quickly share with you guys about, following up, and the fortune is in the follow-up, guys. You really need to understand this and implement this within your business. It's not going to happen on the first call. It's not going to happen on the touch point. Maybe it will, but don't rely on just the first touch point. Make sure you're following up, guys. Make sure you're following up. Reach out to everybody, communicate with them, and put yourselves in their position as well. And I'll leave you with that, and I'll see you on the next video.